That's right, folks. You heard it correctly. Today we're talking about Splatoon 3's Soda Machine, otherwise known as the Tacticooler. Catch your eye? Caught everyone's eye in the direct. It's got those soda cans that provide boosts. And an interesting note on Splatoon North America Twitter, if you're splatted while the boost is in effect, you'll respawn faster. Now that sounds insane, because this could be very OP for, ranked matches, the anarchy battles. That would be insane, right? Another thing they also said, notice how it appears to function as an ad hoc shield. So rather than place it near a shady spot with a view, you might consider a strategic spot to launch your attack. Very useful little information there. But on another note, let's turn to Splatoon JP Twitter for a second. Talk about that, shall we? Because they've got some takes I thought we should take a look at. Now, they appear to call it an energy stand, so, forgive the difference in name here, because they appear to call it an energy stand. This is a new special weapon, energy stand. A refrigerator appears when placed on the ground. There are 4 cold drinks inside. If you drink them, you'll move faster for a certain period of time. Furthermore, it comes with a bonus so that you can immediately revive from the spawner even if you're killed during the effect. Share with your teammates and let's attack hard. Now that is insane, because being able to respawn immediately is insane, because that's never happened before. Because like it says, furthermore, it comes with the bonus that you can immediately revive from the spawner even if you are killed during the effect. That's nuts. Now if we turn to this other tweet from Splatoon JP Twitter, I've got a video of him using the energy stand. Besides having a drink, you can also use the refrigerator as an improvised shield. That must be what Splatoon North America Twitter was talking about when they said ad hoc shield. It's a good idea to place it in an easy to drink place so that it can serve as a starting point for your allies' attacks. Now that does make a lot of sense. I mean, because look at this thing. In this image here, it's very interesting because it's got this look almost like, I don't know, like one of those machines at the theater. They pop popcorn in, only it's cylindrical instead of squares or, rectangle like you'd normally see in the theater. Those like square or rectangle machines that you see them pop popcorn in. It kind of looks like that, only cylindrical, and it's got these things on the side that presumably hold the drinks or something. Interesting. I like this little illustration. It's got the cans laying around. Very interesting, in my opinion. Very interesting, in my opinion. Now, this is an insane special, because this could be used in a variety of different strategies and a variety of different types of rank modes. Like, say you're in splat zones. I would not advise putting this close to, like the tower or anything if you're in tower control, but if you're in splat zones, you could put this somewhere near the splat zone, and then your team could take the boost and then immediately go and take the zone, right? But if you're in tower control, you might want to predict your opponent's moves a little bit and put this thing ahead of the tower so you can get your boost and then charge it. If that makes any sense. Now, if this is Rainmaker, you might want to be a little more strategic than that, because you could actually use it, in a more strategic manner if you're careful. And then, if you do that, you've got to be sure to just put it in the right spot, otherwise you mess up, right? Because in Rainmaker, I think strategy with this thing is a little more important than maybe in tower control. But I think, strategy is important in both situations, right? Tower control and Rainmaker. But I think strategy is a little bit more important in Rainmaker because you're not all focused on one area. Your entire team could be anywhere in the map in Rainmaker because, anything can happen in Rainmaker in terms of what direction they could go. But in tower control, you're forced to go in one direction. So it's easier to predict in tower control than it would be in, say, Rainmaker, so it would require a lot more strategy. That might not be as easy for people like me who are more casual, people like me who don't necessarily do competitive Splatoon, but it would be easier to do those advanced strategies for someone with, actual, pro skill, a pro Splatoon player. Now, that's just me, but I think pros would have an easier time strategizing with this thing. Now, that is an interesting little idea, right? Pros having an easier time, which I think is obvious because they're pros. I mean, come on. But, that's just me. And honestly, what can you do, right? Sometimes things are just easier for the pros than they are for the beginners or even the intermediates. And especially for the casuals, because those casuals, like myself, I'm more of a casual player, have a harder time strategizing things than the pros because, they're pros. They've probably done competitive a bunch, and as a result, have a lot more strategic skills than, say, a casual person, like the majority of Splatoon players, who don't really do, competitive stuff, so we're not too good at this, competitive strategies and whatnot. So things like this would be easier for, say, pros to strategize with. But I think casual players like us can still manage it if we try hard enough. We just got to be careful where we put the thing, because otherwise we're exposed and we get swamped before we're able to actually use it. So you got to put this in a little bit more of a hidden spot, in my opinion, because putting it out in the open is a bad idea because that just leaves you open for a second and then you got a problem, right? Because you're going to be swamped or sniped, while you're getting that boost thingy, and then what happens? Wham, bam, boom. You're splatted and you wasted a Tacticooler. I mean, you don't want to do that. Those things are helpful to your team because of those boosts, right? So you don't want to waste it. So you got to put it in a strategic spot, which in my opinion means you put it in a more hidden spot so that you aren't out in the open and you can't get sniped. It'll be easier for you to survive if you put it in a more hidden spot and then charge from there, in my opinion. but I'm not exactly a pro, you know? You do what feels more like your strategy, but in my opinion, I think put it in a more hidden spot so you can get, that boost, in a more hidden spot so you're not, exposed as you're getting the boost and you can't be sniped before you can actually make use of the boost. So by the time your opponents see you, you already have the boost and are able to make use of it much, much quicker before they can get you. But that's just me. This thing is a very interesting special. Very interesting special. I don't know if I'll use it, but it's still an interesting special, this Tacticooler. What do you guys think? Let me know your opinions of the Tacticooler in the comments. I'd love to hear your input. It's very important. And always remember, don't forget to drink your soda. Because that's important, You gotta drink your soda. Am I wrong? Because those things give you a boost. But, yeah, that's just me. Don't forget to get the boost in a more strategic spot. Don't be dumb and leave yourself exposed. But, anyway, that's it for this video. Subscribe if you liked it. See you in the next one.